Good day, welcome to Kumon Parents Orientation. Thank you for your time. We are very excited to share with you about Kumon and how Kumon can greatly benefit your children. What is so special about Kumon? We always want to point out Kumon is not just ordinary tutorial centers. We are not limited to helping with exam and school results. We emphasize the development of children's potential and their future in the long run. We aim to develop children's ability to maximum and discover their potentials. Why does Kumon so focus on cultivation of children? It is all originated from a father's love of his son. Our founder, Toru Kumon, was a high school math teacher in Osaka, Japan, when his son, Takashi Kumon, was studying in grade 2. Toru Kumon started to compose learning material for his son every day. And Takashi Kumon persists to study the materials 30 minutes day by day. This gradually became the origin of Kumon method. After over 60 years, Kumon methods are now well developed, and I will introduce the features of Kumon methods in this video. Before all the explanation, I would like to know what your impression about Kumon students are. Learning high school math in primary school age, calculus by self-learning, advanced beyond school grade. Children can join Kumon when they are over 3 years old. Miles Yu, one of our excellent students, started learning in Kumon when he was just 3 years old. Let's take a look on Miles' learning journey. Miles is really brilliant. In just half-year time in K1, he went through from number reciting to multiplications. So, how can Kumon cultivate children to such a great extent? There are 3 big features in Kumon methods, namely individualized instruction, self-learning, and advanced beyond school grade. Let's begin with individualized instructions. Every child is unique, so no matter the starting point, workload, and learning progress, we tailor-make study plan based on every child's learning ability. How to achieve this in real practice? First of all, instructor will arrange a diagnostic test for your children to evaluate their ability. And then we will set the most appropriate starting point based on the test result. Every time when your children come for a lesson, instructor will give individualized instruction based on learning differences and adjust study progress when necessary. So you can see in the slide, for these 3 students, They have various starting points and learning progress even though they are in the same school year. Parents should not compare your children with others. Instead, we should focus on their improvement and changes to praise and assure children's effort. About the starting point, good content is said to be something the children can handle easily and to build up a solid foundation. Through accumulating successful experience, that I can do it on my own, and steadily advancing to higher level, children will build up interest and motivation in learning. Let's think about a scenario. If you have zero hiking experience before, and now you want to take up this activity, which route would you choose to start with? Some of you may still choose route number 2. Then you may end up with resting for 2 to 3 weeks. And what if your coach tells you it is everyday routine come rain or shine? In this case, I believe most of you will choose route number 1. Route 1 is for beginners, and it is easier to start with. On the other hand, even though you can barely finish route 2 as everyday task, do you really think you will still like hiking after a month? For the same reason, as Kumon emphasizes everyday learning, children can build up everyday learning habit easier with a low starting point. Parents may now have a concern. Lower starting point? Will the content be too easy for my children? Will my children learn slower or less? No worries, we understand all your concern. After the diagnostic test, besides the starting point, instructor will create study projection for your children. It shows their progress after half year, 1 year. The projections are tailor-made, considered from all perspectives and based on instructor vast experience of current students. From our observation, if children begin with low starting point and build up solid foundation at the beginning stage, there will be a significant improvement in half-year time. Parents just need to be patient. About the pace of learning progress, it depends on the number of repetitions. Many parents ask, our children have completed the worksheets once. Why do the instructor let them to do the same set of worksheets again? Here we want to highlight the importance of repetition. Human beings born to forget things. Psychologists discovered that without repetition and revision, the longer the time, the more we forget. There is no exception for your children. Forgetting what they learn doesn't mean they are not serious or have no potential. It is just so normal. That's why we need to bring up methods to help them to remember. Repetition is one of the very useful ways. Take learning how to swim as an example. Children may think they know how already, after the coach demonstrates just once. But will you let your children jump into the pool right away? Definitely not. We all understand that from knowing how to doing well and to mastering all about swimming, from breathing, paddling to stroking, it takes a lot of practice and repetition. Let's get back to math. Let's say we are learning vertical addition. It always takes time and repetition, from understanding the concept to mastering mind calculation without the carryover knocks. Instructor will base on objective factors, such as worksheet completion time and accuracy, to evaluate whether children have fully mastered the content or they still need to repeat. Kumon instructor always keep a close eye on worksheet completion time. Difference in completion time reflects variance in understanding and ability. In this slide, 2 students finished the worksheet all correctly. But we can still distinguish and conclude that Student A mastered the content better, as she completed the worksheet in a shorter time. And imagine, if both students are now doing school exam papers, Student A, who with a faster speed will have more time for answer checking and is more likely to get a better result. Therefore, we always encourage students to record their completion time when they are doing Kumon worksheet at home. This helps instructors to better evaluate students' performance. Let's move on to the second feature of Kumon method, self-learning. We want to nurture children's proactive attitude, independent thinking, and problem-solving skills. Just like brushing teeth and having meals, you prefer your children to do it all by themselves, or parents hold their hand to brush their teeth and spoon feed them? Can children rely on their parents forever? Independence applies on learning also. Children are going to benefit from this kind of self-learning skill no matter they are in school or at work. To achieve self-learning, it can't be just to tell our children to think yourself. Kumon achieves self-learning from two aspects: worksheet design and instruction method. In this video, we will focus on the design features of worksheets. Firstly, Kumon worksheet acquire top-down approach. There is a clear ultimate goal in every Kumon subject. Essential and important learning content are selected from upper levels to lower levels. All levels are interrelated in a top-down way. In our math program, Level F aims for students to master fraction calculations. This involves the concept of long division in Level D. At the same time, multiplication and division involve addition and subtraction too. Therefore, in previous level, students have to prepare themselves solid mind calculation skill. From this example, we can see the concept of every level is to prepare for students' smooth learning in the next level. We tackle it seriously. Secondly, the worksheet arrangement emphasizes on small steps. Difficulty increases in small increments. Children can learn at ease and acquire knowledge with small steps. In this slide, there are two series of steps, though they reach the same height. The more the step, the easier to climb up. In contrast, big, large steps will scare children off and demotivate them from learning. Lastly, examples are provided in all levels and in all new learning focuses. Instructors use these examples to train children's self-learning skills. Of course, instructors won't just observe. We will provide guidance in the most appropriate time. We know it takes less effort to teach and to tell answers directly. But we also understand there is nothing more important than to let students learn how to think. Here comes to the third feature of Kumon method, advance beyond school grade. After children establish sound foundation, they are no longer bounded by school grade, and they can advance beyond it. Advance beyond school grade simply means to learn something not yet taught in school. For example, Level C is equivalent to Primary 3 content. A K3 student studying Level C is advancing beyond school grade for 3 years. In order to advance beyond school grade, preparation in previous level are very important. As we mentioned, children start with easy starting point when they first enroll. Abilities such as good learning habit and concentration skill are developed in this early stage. Children usually spend 6 months to 1 year to catch up current school grade content. Then they will be in the progress of advancing beyond school grade through self-learning. Kumon encourages and emphasizes a lot on advance beyond school grade. Advancing students are awarded with medals and certificates every year to encourage and ensure their remarkable efforts. Do you still remember the student case Miles that we shared at the beginning? Let's keep track on his learning journey. After learning in Kumon for 7 months, Miles began advanced beyond his school grade. When he was only K3, he was studying high school math. Can you believe that? Children's potential are not limited. It is very common to see children to advance for one school year in Kumon Center. Your child can be one of them. Join Kumon earlier. You will see greater results. If you think Kumon methods work well on your children, don't hesitate. Contact a nearby center to know more or to schedule a diagnostic test for your children.
Give it a try, you've got it. Kumon.